I've been working on myself. I really try my best to change, but sometimes in a love fade, right? Maybe we should stay in bed, pretend that everything's the same, just a little play pretend.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Also, if you are new, welcome. We've got a lot going on today. This is a full day of chores on the inside, the outside. Plus, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my favorite comfort meals to make. It's one of those meals that seems so simple and basic, but is probably one of the most cozy, absolute favorite things to go to when you're just needing something simple yet delicious. So I'm going to be sharing that later on in today's video, but I'm starting out in our bedroom. I wanted to do a little bit more of a deeper cleaning in here. I noticed that the curtains were getting all full of dust and dog hair, so we are dusting everything down, stripping everything down, and giving it all a good washing.
Maybe you would call me love. We will travel different roads from now. We said forever means nothing. If we don't give it up, we can cry when it's over.
I know when it comes to stripping my bed, I always get asked why I don't make the bed right away again. I do have another set of sheets. However, I personally absolutely love when I make my bed after the sheets and everything have been freshly washed. So I normally will do this right away in the morning. That way, everything is clean and fresh before bed. There is nothing better to me than the clean, fresh smelling sheets. And I know the ones in my closet are clean and fresh, but fresh out of the dryer, to me, there's nothing better than that. So if I have the time to wash it all and get it made before bed later that evening, that is my preferred way to do my bedding, just because I do love the way it feels.
We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
And then, like I said, I wanted to give everything a more thorough dusting. It just, sometimes you need to really go through and get everything done. These Swiffer dusters are my go-to. I love these. They clean to everything. You just throw them out. I have reusable ones, but I don't know. For me, I think it's because I dust so often and my house does get so dusty with the animals and everything that to rewash and everything, and I feel like they don't get as clean, I just always grab for these Swiffers. I love the way they work and get through all the nooks and crannies, and then I can just throw them away. You guys have seen me use this around the toilet to clean everything. Literally, whenever I'm doing a good dusting, I will use this on absolutely everything. These are also great to use on your mirrors before you clean them, because if there's any dust, this will help get rid of any of the streaking and stuff that often dust and hair will leave behind on your mirrors if you dust them first.
Around you, ain't no place I'd rather be. You got this energy that always surrounds you. It's everything I'll ever need. The devil on my shoulder.
And then after I dry dust, I will then go in and wet dust. Is this necessary? Probably not 100%. I love the way it smells though. When I spray everything down with my Pine Sol cleaner, wipe it all down, it just always looks good, smells amazing. This is the way I do it. I, though, am personally someone that I like the smell of cleaning products. I know a lot of people often ask me, like, what's my favorite product with the least amount of smell? And I am probably not the best person to ask that, because when I clean, I want that room to smell clean and fresh when I leave it. Like, I don't want anything too obnoxiously smelling, but I do like scents of my cleaning products. I'm one of these weirdos that I like the smell of bleach. I know it's weird, it's crazy, but I do. I love that smell. I feel like it just makes everything feel clean and fresh, and it's my go-to. So if you're looking for something that is non-toxic and less smell, that's when I recommend making your own cleaning products. If you use a little bit of vinegar and rubbing alcohol and water, it works really, really well. The vinegar, I know, bugs some people, but I promise it dissipates quickly, and that is going to be your best way to get something that is low when it comes to being toxic and the least amount of smell. If you're someone, though, out there that has a favorite cleaner that has little to no smell, leave them in the comments below, because this is a question that is always being asked, and I'm sure someone out there has the best recommendations. So leave those recommendations down below so that if there's other people out there just like you, they can find your comment.
Ain't no place I'd rather be. You got this energy that always surrounds you. It's everything I ever need. The devil.
Now, I haven't washed these curtains now in a couple months, so I knew I needed to get them down and clean them. Like I said, they were just getting full of dust and hair and stuff. I'm considering replacing these because I like the dark, but I also don't because I feel like it shows so much more. And curtains are not something that I clean on a regular basis. You're talking about maybe quarterly that I take them down and clean them. And the dark ones, man, they just really show everything, especially the ones on this window right here. So let me know if I should replace them and what color should I go with. I'm having a hard time with that. As you can see, though, I moved outside. I had a bunch of chores to get done on this day outside. Obviously just animal related, but also pool area and weeding and light fixtures. Just some things that I have been neglecting over time. I do have Muscovy ducks, so if this is your first time here, yes, we have different ducks and quail and dogs and a little bit of everything in our house. So coming out here a couple times a week to clean the backyard is a big thing. The ducks are not supposed to come on this side of the fence. However, the day before, the kids had left the fence open, which means they came over because they know this is the door to get inside. This is where their food comes from. So if they can get over here, they love it. So I needed to give this all a really just good spray down because as you can see, they got it a little bit dirty. Plus we just had like grass and leaves and everything built up on this patio. So nothing too crazy, just a quick little hose down to get it all clean.
Try so hard to feel safe. It's all in our brains. Always keeping us restless with the lights. Keeping us restless with the lights. Always keeping us restless.
If you guys remember a couple months back, we redid the duck house. Now, this is just where they're at night, just for predator reasons. They do not spend a lot of time in here, but for at night. But when I redid it, I did it with like river rock. And I have to say, best decision I ever made because it is so much easier to just come in here. You spray everything down. It all like drains really, really well. It keeps the smell down. The birds don't smell really anyway, probably because I do keep up with it. But I had tried they killed all the grass that was over here. But I had tried sand and a couple other things and definitely have found that the rocks work the best. The biggest issue I ever have is their little nesting boxes. We do put like pine shaving in them, and because they are ducks and they're wet, the pine shavings get all just like matted down and everything. So I have to replace those more often. But getting rid of the pine shaving or sand on the ground has definitely made a huge difference and made it a lot easier to maintain this area. And whenever I do this, obviously I refill their pools. That's a regular basis. It does not take long for those pools to get full of mess. And then this is our quail coop. This is another one that I just keep up with. We have these trays that I just dump and wipe out. It's really not that hard to keep these things done. I think I spent maybe 20 minutes out here doing all these little chores, so nothing too crazy. And as you can see, the birds are always very happy when they get everything nice and fresh and clean.
Ripped skinny jeans and tattoos on both her ankles. 21 pilot t-shirt. Got some stuff. Goddamn, she's so fly. Knows how to write a good song. At least better than this. 'Cause if you've seen her, I know that you would believe it. 'Cause I know that you'd want her to. Yeah, I do.
Also, as you can see by the garbage can, Bobby also was working on some yard work. He trimmed down a lot of the palms and different trees and bushes in our yard that were in desperate need of it. So we were just taking care of a little bit of everything.
That we wish that we had. Yeah, it's almost cruel. 'Cause I want her to. Oh, yeah, I'm running in circles just to make her react. My heart is racing, yeah, I want her so bad. I wanna kiss her, but I know for a fact that she's way too cool. But I want her to.
I do want to take a quick second and thank BeatBot for sponsoring today's video. The BeatBot AquaSense robotic pool cleaner is equipped with revolutionary intelligent path optimization powered by quad-core and ultra-long independent roller brushes that efficiently doubles the cleaning performance. With a brushless main pump motor providing up to 5,500 GPH suction power, it effectively cleans the floors, walls, and waterline while maintaining an eco-friendly cordless design. The robot's advanced battery life enables longer, continuous floor cleaning. It features industry-exclusive smart return and water line parking, ensuring easy retrieval. The intelligent hardware and software is backed by 15 plus certifications, prioritizing safety, reliability, and standout performance. With the all-new intelligent features and innovative design, the BeatBot AquaSense is the smartest choice in cordless pool cleaning. Now, personally, some of my favorite features about this robotic vacuum is the filtration system. With us living in Florida, so close to the beach, as you saw earlier, we deal with a lot of sand and settlement in our pool. The kids will be outside playing with the ducks and come in and jump in the pool. And as you can see, we get a lot of buildup. Now, this is not the first robotic pool vacuum we have owned. So another thing that I absolutely love that none of the other ones we've ever used had was the feature to not only climb the walls and clean the walls, but also scrub the water line. We just got over the really bad pollen season, and I know that is the one thing Bobby absolutely hates cleaning is the water line that gets so grimy. And this is the first robot that we have seen do such an amazing job. As you can see, it comes right up to the surface. You can put it on its base and it starts charging right away without any cores or mess to worry about. When you pull out the filter, here you can see just how well it did picking up all of that sand. Like I said, sand and hair are going to be our two biggest issues with our pool, and super easy to clean out, which is another very important part. I also love how the BeatBot app offers effortless control of the AquaSense directly from your smartphone. And just like your smartphones, BeatBot AquaSense supports over-the-air updates, continuously enhancing its intelligence for the improved user experience. So now is the perfect time to check out BeatBot for yourself. So check out my description down below to learn more. And once again, a big thanks to Beepbot for sponsoring today's video.
You say you only wanna be.
Now, this wasn't back to back. That is always one thing to keep in mind when I'm doing this stuff. Like that, yes, Bobby and I both do take breaks. We are not working all day, every day, 24/7. But ever since doing these gardens, we are trying to just keep up with them. We did put some stuff down to help with the weeds, but it's not 100%. It never is. So keeping up with it just like on a weekly basis of the little stuff that is popping up just makes it a lot easier. But we definitely put in enough time and effort to make this yard look the way it does. So we like taking just that time. I think between him and I, it was less than 5 minutes of us both out here just quickly getting the couple of weeds that have popped through out, just getting it looking a lot better. The big thing I wanted to focus on, and you'll see that here in a second, is I had noticed the lights in front of the garage were in desperate need of some cleaning. I know Bobby a couple weeks ago had taken like the blower, I don't know what you call it. Blower, leaf blower, that's it, and blown them out, but I really had to get in here and just give them a really good cleaning. Here you'll see the before. This is just normal, the bug buildup and all of that, so I just want to go in here once again using my Swiffer to dust as much of it out as possible, and then going in with the spray away just to dust and clean it all off as much as I can. It doesn't take long, but this is definitely something that I forget about on a regular basis. Like realistically, if this happens twice a year, I'm on top of my game. Realistically, it's probably about once a year that I come out here and do all this, but it does make such a big difference. Like after I get it done every single time, I'm like, oh, these look so much better. They look brand new again. And I always tell myself I need to do this like more often and keep up with it. And I just forget.
I really need to know if you're in or out. You don't have to say the words, just look in my eyes. Tell me, friend, oh, can't you see what you mean to me? It's obvious we are that perfect match, ain't no catch you.
You can also see by the sky and the weather and everything that we were having some storms coming in. So I was also trying to rush at this time. I wanted to do the light by the front door as well, but I was like, I think it's going to start pouring. So I just quickly got these two done. I'm going to have to go back and do that other one another day, but was happy I at least got these two done. Actually, it had gotten just dark enough, and sometimes you don't notice that on camera just because the camera is adjusting to the light, but you can see here when I plug this in that the light turns on because it had gotten just dark enough that even the lights outside were starting to turn on. So we definitely knew we had some storms coming in. Also, you may think I'm crazy for wearing sunglasses even though it's dark out, but my eyes are so sensitive to the sun that any brightness, I have to wear sunglasses. So I decided I would come in. Obviously, the kitchen was in need of some cleaning, so I jumped on that. Well, the weather started getting a little bit gnarly.
No, I won't be the one to hold you back, 'cause you can stop the time, it's just a fact. We're not getting younger, we're not getting younger. In the bed we made, I lay wide awake, but I keep losing myself in these daydreams. You're right next to me.
It's funny, talking about gnarly weather. Actually, as I do this voiceover, it is storming outside right now. And I don't know about you, but I get the most massive headaches during any type of weather. I don't know what it is, but I've always done that. My mom does it as well. So let me know if you get that like low pressure system headaches. Because yeah, it is storming and raining as I'm doing this voiceover as well, and my head is not happy with me right now. But yeah, life, life as we know it. I'm just quickly loading as much as I can into the dishwasher, gotta take advantage of the dishwasher where you can. And then whatever doesn't fit well, I will hand wash. But yeah, I am known for putting as much in the dishwasher as possible. And actually, at the end of the night, if there's enough room, I often won't even wash the pots and pans by hand. I'll put those in the dishwasher. It always just depends on how much is in the dishwasher to determine if I wash things by hand or if I'm just letting the dishwasher do all the work. All right, it finally stopped raining, so I actually moved outside to finish this voiceover because it is so nice outside. Actually, Bobby was teasing me a little bit because I told him I needed a sweater because it's like not cold, but kind of. It's like 80 degrees, but it's like wet cold. If you guys live in Florida, you understand what I'm saying. But it's beautiful outside, so I figured I'd come and finish it out here. But yeah, just quickly wiping down these dishes. I'm using my DIY Dawn Power Wash. I've shown you guys, what was the last video that I showed you guys how I do it? I love making it nowadays. It is so easy, so much cheaper. I buy the giant thing of Dawn, the blue Dawn, and then just water and rubbing alcohol, and it works just like the original. It works so, so well. We also had to restock the egg holder. I had so many there for a minute that I had them in this little Tupperware. So I figured I would fill up this tray. That way I could get rid of this Tupperware. It's actually my parents' Tupperware, so I have to bring it back to their house. My birds have not been laying that well. There have been little buttholes. But my parents get about 2 to 3 dozen eggs a day. So their birds have definitely been making up for my birds slacking off a bit.
But I'm just different, something else. No little by little here, 'cause I get my
I know you guys are also always asking how we use our quail eggs, because obviously they're a lot smaller than chicken eggs, and we use them just like chicken eggs. So the only difference is like if I'm baking with them, I do a 3-to-1 ratio. So if it calls for 2 eggs, I use 6 quail eggs. It's the only difference I make. They taste the same. There's honestly not a big difference. However, if you look into it on the nutritional side, quail eggs are definitely more nutritional. And then obviously I just like knowing where they're coming from and that they're fresh and everything. We do not refrigerate our eggs. As long as you don't wash them, you don't need to refrigerate them. So we wash them before we cook or bake with them. But otherwise they then sit on our counter and they stay fresh for weeks and weeks. It's something that you don't really need to worry about it when they're on the counter. They last really well. And then just going around, these chairs always get so dirty. That is why when we bought these chairs though, I went with leather. The kids sit on these chairs all the time. So it's just the easiest way to keep them clean. I've had upholstered chairs in the past, and with littles, it's just so much easier to maintain the leather ones. You're gonna see I take these cushions off of our dining room chairs. I went to wash them. I actually end up getting new cushions because these are just getting to a point where they needed to go. They were the original ones that came with these chairs, and they just weren't washing as well anymore. They didn't zip, and I think that's honestly my biggest issue is if I could unzip and wash them, they'd probably work so much better. But also they're white. And white when you have littles is not always the best option in the world. So I actually had washed these, and the cushions on the inside had like moved around, and it's kind of like when you have a padded bra and the pad in your bra like folds in half and you have to try and get it like straight again, but on a much bigger scale. That is what happened with these cushions. So I did order new cushions and actually just got them in the other day. I am loving them. I purposely got thicker ones so they're more comfortable. And I actually got them in a navy blue and they're just absolutely beautiful. They zip on and off so they'll be easy to maintain and keep clean. And yeah, just really, really excited about that.
It might be the last day of you and me. You're lying next to me with heavy eyes while I shiver inside with a heavy heart. I know what I've done.
So I often get questions about this little hand vac. I do link the product in almost every video. So if you look at the items shown in the video, I do try and link this. This is the Bissell hand vac. I love this thing. Originally got it, as you guys know, just for our coffee bar to keep up with the coffee grounds and stuff. But I use this all over my house. I can't remember the exact price. But it was way more affordable than some of the ones that I had seen. Some of the ones out there, it's like as expensive as buying a full-blown vacuum. This one was super affordable and works so well. I absolutely love it. And I actually decided that I wanted to move these picture frames into our laundry room as decor in there. So I ended up moving those around. But into the family room, Grandma likes to keep a towel on her chair because her cats at night like to sleep on her chair. And lately they have been having some tummy issues. We have had fur balls and accidents almost every single morning. So I had to wash that towel as well because they had an accident on there. Yeah. One thing about cats, someone said it could be a food thing, but we haven't changed their diet, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But yeah, another great thing about having leather furniture is I have had to clean the leather a couple times because of that, and it'd be a lot more difficult if we had upholstery. That is for sure. And then after I was all done with that, that was pretty much it for my day. Obviously, there's like basic maintenance cleaning done throughout the day. But when it came to projects that I wanted to get done on this day, that was it. I was running the robot vacuum to finish off the day because I was exhausted. But I was also ready for just some really good comfort food. And to me, comfort food is tomato soup and grilled cheese. Super simple. I grew up with this and one of my favorite meals, and it's so easy to make homemade. Obviously, there are days that the Campbell's soup, tomato soup, and a simple grilled cheese works as well. But I really wanted to do a homemade tomato soup, something really fresh and vibrant and just delicious. So I figured I would share that with you guys. I am just cutting up, I believe I cut up like 8 tomatoes on this day, and I'm just fourthing them and putting them on this sheet tray. That way I can smoke them and get them just really flavorful that way. I have a smoker, and with the weather being as warm as it was this day, that's how I decided to do it. However, you can definitely roast these in your oven, and it works just as well.
So don't smile at me, bear with me, oh please. It's so ironic, yeah, I guess that is God's speed. Ran out of weather, ran out of we don't matter. Now you're not what I need, let go of all the bad memories. There was no you and me. How many times you lied but be sober, always too tired to come over. Lean on my body, never my shoulder. Go back to her and tell that it's over.
And then to go along with the tomatoes, I am also cutting up 2 onions. Once again, this is also like beyond simple, basic. Like there's very little prep. You can see I'm just cutting the tomatoes in fourths. I am then just slicing these onions in half and taking off the skins. Like, there is not a ton of prep going on here, and they're going to go on with the tray as well and roast along with those tomatoes. And then I also take 2 heads of garlic. You can use more or less. When it comes to garlic, go with your heart. If your heart loves garlic, add the garlic. In our house, our hearts love garlic. So I do 2 full cloves of garlic, and I'm pretty much just cutting off the ends. That way it can roast and really meld in there with all the onion and tomato and everything.
You got your madness, and I'm good at bad habits. Oh, one of us is gonna get hurt.
And then when it comes to seasoning, you can see I just drizzled that with some olive oil, and then I'm going to use salt, pepper, paprika, some parsley, and then you can use onion powder, garlic powder. I do think, yes, using fresh garlic and then garlic powder does make a difference. They have a different type of garlicky flavor. But whatever flavors you want to add, you can really add to it. I would love to add just like a pinch of red pepper flakes, but my kids don't love that. I often cook with a little less spice in my food than I personally prefer, and then add hot sauce to my things because I love spice, but yeah, my kids not so much. And then I just smoked these for, I want to say it was an hour or 2, and you can see they just got a nice char and they're beautiful. And then I just throw them in my blender and blend them really, really well. Like I said, this is easy. I know, like, sometimes when you think about these recipes, you can overcomplicate them in your head. This is such a easy, simple comfort meal that you can do at home. If you have an immersion blender, you could throw it in a pot and use the immersion blender. Anything like that. You just really, really want to get everything nice and smooth. And then I am blending it with some chicken stock.
One of us gonna get hurt. So if you want your head and heart unbroken, you better leave now. 'Cause this is fatal attraction. These are times of crimes.
And then straining it is personal preference here. If you like all the chunks and whatnot, you don't have to do this at all. I am like a 50-50 girl, so I strained half of it, left half of it, and then added about a cup of Parmesan and about a half a cup of heavy cream and mixed that all together. And then I let this simmer for probably another 30 minutes, and then just onto your grilled cheese, however you guys like your grilled cheeses. It doesn't have to be fancy. Mine never are, but a really good grilled cheese and tomato soup, it is the best thing in the world, especially when you need that comfort food. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.